Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
Now, you can live in Texas and not have a good red meat blend. Texas Cowboy Dust is designed for steak and other red meats. It's out to be my most popular spice blend, made with onions, peppers, ground mushrooms, pink salt, and other spices. Texas Cowboy Dust also goes great with chicken, pork, vegetables, and adds a restaurant quality sheen to gravies and sauces.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down.
Vanilla smoked sea salt seasoning is for seafood. The tarragon and fennel bring out the natural sweetness in seafood. I also use it in rice dishes, on yams, asparagus, blueberry pancakes, and believe it or not, chocolate chip cookies. Vanilla smoked sea salt adds a salty and savory component to sweet dishes that create a symphony for the tongue.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
HBCU League Pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU League Pass. It's game time. I'm proud and I love my HBCU. HBCU League Pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU League Pass. It's game time. I'm proud and I love my HBCU.
Are you hungry for authentic Caribbean food like jerk chicken, oxtail, red snapper, shrimp, tofu, and rasta pasta? Well, find your way over to Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta.
Them belly full, but we hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, open daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And on Friday and Saturday, we're open till 4 a.m. Come to Mango's and put some spice in your life.
Oh, we've got a good thing going.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta. For more info or directions, call 404-698-3992 or log on to mangoscaribbeanrestaurant.com. For instant coupons, text MANGOS to 313131.
Tell your mama hungry, papa hungry, brother hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, authentic Caribbean cuisines.
Open up the door, tell your mama hungry.
This is Carlos Brown, letting you know that we're on the move. You can now catch the Carlos Brown Show beginning this July on the Black College Sports Network each and every Saturday from 11 to 1 Eastern Time. That's 10 to 12 Central Time. Same time, new place. On Facebook at the Carlos Brown Show and Black College Sports Network, online at www.mybcsn.net, and on the BCSN app, available on Google Play and the Apple App Store.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for mental health and other resources. Call 211 or visit 211.org.
Good day, good people. Once again, you've got the grumpy old nerds in your ear. As always,
Yes,
it is
sir.
I, your Uncle John, your elder who watches way too much TV, reads way too many comic books, and loves movies much more than most American male adults should. Anyway, we are joined by our regular cast of characters. First and foremost, we want to wish Auntie Nicole a speedy recovery. We know that she's under the weather right now, and she has
Absolutely.
got to feel better so that her presence can be once again felt within the Grumpy Old Nerd universe, or the Newiverse, or the
Yes, sir.
Grumpiverse, or the Goiverse, whatever you would wish to call it.
What?
Within our particular spectrum, within our particular realm, we miss Auntie Nicole, and she needs to come back soon. So anyway,
Okay.
As we introduce our cast of characters, over here is Uncle Rod, the Ronin of the Five Boroughs. I fuck that up every week.
Hey, man,
Hey,
you
Uncle
did a
Rod.
great job for like 2 months.
And then it
What's
just
up,
went
y'all?
straight to hell. And
Fireborough Ronin in the house.
Fireborough Ronin, man,
Here we
I
go.
fucked that all up. The
Let's see if you get
Red
mine
Bone
right.
Assassin. Red Bone Assassin.
There
Did
we
I say
go.
that right?
Okay, all right.
Red Bone Assassin. Uncle DJ is over there.
That's
Uncle
right.
DJ.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
And showing us his elbow right now is Uncle Percy, but I'm sure that he is, I guess he's just stuck and will eventually come back to us.
Just
and
showing
joining us,
how ashy it is.
I was
there
gonna
you
say.
go. As always, behind the ones and twos is super producer Mel, who refuses to show her face until she combs her hair. And I am going to continue to make that joke for as long as she does not show her face. And we will be a very special treat for us tonight. We will be joined by Auntie Amayou, hopefully sometime within the next 5 to 10 minutes. So before we go any further down that rabbit hole, I would be remiss if we did not talk about your uncle and mine, Chris Rock. Chris Rock presented the very first Netflix special this past weekend. I already don't forgot what the name of it was. Somebody refresh my memory. Selective Outrage. Selective Outrage.
Yeah, there you go. Selective Outrage. Yep.
And so from what I hear, most of the show was pretty much just a rehash of what he'd been doing across the country, the shows that he had been doing on this particular tour. Until the end. And at the end, we got a very special presentation where he spoke publicly at length for the very first time about how he was accosted on stage as he was hosting the Oscars by Willard Smith. Now, we would not be grumpy old nerds.
He wasn't accosted. That nigga got slapped.
Well, there you go. We would be remiss as grumpy old black men nerds if we did not comment on this, because after the show, the internet was ablaze with commentary about Chris Rock. So, Uncle Rod, I'll let you go first if you would so desire.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All
We're gonna
right.
hit an intelligent answer before I get to my shit.
I don't know about accosted. That was more like assaulted. My man was stole on. You know what I'm
Stole
saying?
on. Straight up,
Stole
Shot
on.
Town
Yeah.
606 23
Stole on.
stole on.
But I'll put it this way, man. You know, Chris
Okay.
Rock is comedic legend, right? He can almost do no wrong. He waited a real long time to get all his ducks in a row to do this Netflix special. And by the way, this Netflix special was like the only one that ever been like live streamed.
Yes.
Ever.
Very first one.
He got a lot of money for this joint, bro.
Yes, he did.
I think he got
he
like,
did.
if I remember correctly, I think he got like 20 million, maybe.
Good Lord.
Oh shit! I thought it was more than that.
But it's 20
Good
million. I
Lord.
think it's like it's two things he got on for Netflix and they're 20 million
Monique
each.
was only gonna get 10, and she was pissed off.
Give me $10 million.
I digress.
Yeah, but yeah, he waited a real long time, got himself together, got all his ammo loaded, did what he did, and then spent a good deal of time just kind of riding on Will Smith. I guess it's his right. You know, it's his right to do so. He can do that. He's a comedian. That's what he does. And I guess he can keep it going by doing this. I think the smart thing to do will probably not say anything else after this and just let it ride. But we'll see how it goes. You know, we'll see if the Smith camp even responds to this. But yeah, it's a lot to it too, because he went into it a whole thing about how Will is bigger than him and he been playing crackhead, so he's little. So, you know, it's almost like he was saying, you know, I think he might have actually said, if I'm remembering correctly, he might have said it's almost like a bitch move, you know, for him to be swinging on him.
He did.
So okay, so I wasn't imagining that. I did I did hear that. Okay, so you know, hey man, it is what it is. Unfortunately, personally, I'd rather not see that. But in that business, in entertainment, it's like almost anything is fair game right now at this point.
Uncle DJ, what are your thoughts on that?
Man, well, you've read my post. I wrote on it, at the time, and I reposted it, and I think it still holds up. He, the man was in pain. He was embarrassed. He was, just all of that. And instead of, therapy, I don't know if he has a therapist. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But therapy wasn't going to take care of it, because therapy is private, and that man slapped that motherfucker in front of billions of people. So there was there needed to be a public reckoning of some sort. Did you notice he looked like he'd been working out too? Like he ain't being slapped no more. Like, look like he been with Dave Chappelle in the gym or something,
He used that as his origin story, huh?
50 Cent, Busta Rhymes. I mean, he's been working out with somebody. Michael B. Jordan, shit.
He's like My Hero Academia. He's Deku now, working out.
Man, listen,
and
so
he can get like
what's
All
telling
Might.
is that, see, now, I'm a little out of shape. Okay, but I'm a little out of shape. But when I was in shape, you let's just say your drive is a little strong, and that's why I figured he'd been working out, because he had the P word on the mind the whole show. Like it wasn't just upset. Oh, Uncle Percy's back.
Percy, turn that down, man. What are you doing? Stop. No, Percy, for real.
Yeah.
Percy, for real.
Okay, all right.
No.
Uncle
Go
Percy.
ahead.
See. But I think, like if you paid attention to the subject matter, he talked a lot about getting it in, so his he'd been taking them, Frank Thomas pills or something, because he was showing like, hey,
And you said it, and I damn thought about it.
Man, listen, you know what I'm saying? I mean, half the show he was talking about P word. I mean, like if you
He
counted
said
how
the
many
Frank
times he said
Thomas
the P word
pills.
during the show, man, he been taking the pills, bruh. You know, his testosterone is strong. You know, shit, he dares motherfucker to try to slap him now. You know, I
Okay.
think he needed to get it off his chest. Um,
Mhm.
he didn't do an encore, and you notice he dropped that mic and ran off stage because I'm pretty sure he went backstage and cried for a while. Which is, I mean, you know, it was an emotional moment for him. You know, I'm not making light of it. I'm saying that, you know, this was therapy. That's what this
Mhm.
was. This was therapy for him.
I agree. I
Mm.
agree. Uncle Percy, any particular thoughts? Your screen is black again. I don't know if. Yeah, come on, Uncle Percy. What you think?
What we talking about?
Oh my Jesus. Chris Rock and the Netflix special.
Oh, well, actually,
Oh, that shit. Okay.
oh, actually, I fell asleep on it until the end. To be honest with you,
You
it was
didn't
kind
miss
of it was kind
much.
of boring. It was kind of boring in the first. I mean, I was
Right,
Yeah,
I
you didn't
right. You
miss
was
didn't
much.
miss a lot.
he kept saying I don't want another rapper to, come after me. So I'm gonna play nice until the last 10 minutes of the show when he went in on Will Smith, which he had
Right,
every right to go
Mhm.
into.
right.
Yeah.
You know, and just saying that he wasn't going to be a victim. But overall, I guess the part I did see, it was all right. It's typical Chris Rock.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and you know what?
Yeah.
So if I
right.
may be so blunt, it really wasn't that funny to me. And again, comedy is subjective, so everybody's got a different threshold for laughter. But most of the special I felt was just vulgar and ridiculous, and that's saying a lot coming from me. Um, but I really just wanted to hear what he had to say about Will Smith. And I agree with you, DJ. He was in a lot of pain. The therapy was him getting all this off his chest. But then it was kind of stupid where he said at the end he said, "Mama told us not to fight in front of white people." But then you literally just unloaded all your business in front of a gazillion white people,
Right.
I, which I'm sure he didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, pretty
But
much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
He
I,
pretty much
I,
mag dumped on on Will Smith.
yeah, yeah, he did, and Jada, because he called Jada a bitch a couple of times.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Yes.
but I
Yes.
hopefully this ends this particular chapter of a nigga moment. Anyone who's seen the
Wait,
Boondocks knows what a nigga
wait till
moment is.
Sunday,
Hope what happens on Sunday,
Well,
Percy.
the
sure.
Oscars.
The the the
Oh.
the Oscar. I was about to say the Oscars are coming up Sunday,
Yeah,
so it ain't over yet.
Is he
yeah.
hosting? Is Chris Rock hosting again?
No, they wanted him to, and he said no. He said, "Fuck
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Ain't
Good.
nobody else coming up
Good.
to
Good.
beat my ass on national
Right. He had to
TV."
go up there with armed security.
Right, right. But I
Man,
think
listen.
this was
Right.
I think this was the
I think it's
ultimate
Jimmy.
of nigga moments.
Yeah,
Listen,
Jimmy
man.
I
Kimmel's
think
supposed to host.
yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
think this
If
was
it
the
was
ultimate
me,
of nigga moments, and
uh,
hopefully this is
Does
it. That's
anybody
all.
else
But go
notice
ahead.
that we're lagging? I think it's the comments that's making us lag. Those comments are from last week.
mm,
That's why we behind because we got last week's comments that are lagging us.
Okay, so
hey,
what
if
were
it
you gonna
was
say,
me, I'd
Ryan?
have walked up. If it was me, I'd have done it again. But I'd have walked out on stage with like two Navy SEAls and been like, "All right, I wish somebody would."
That would have been funny. That would have been funny. But okay, so is it just me? Chris Rock seems like the kind of guy who was bullied when he was a kid, and he used his
He said it.
humor to
Oh, I mean,
offset. Right, he used his humor to
yeah.
offset all the ass beatings that he was taking, or he might have taken. And I think that
I mean,
this
he
this
had a
was
whole
this
series
was
that called "Everybody Hates
right,
Chris."
right. I think that he used this as his bullying moment for Will and Jada. And he's got it, he's done it, and he got his gazillion dollars. Like he profited more off of this than any other thing he's probably did, just because people wanted to hear what he had to say about all this shit. And he's over it, it's done. And I pray that we don't have to deal with this bullshit anymore. So we can close the book on Everybody Slaps Chris, and we can come out of that particular rabbit hole and welcome. I don't know. Hey Mel, is Amayou here? Can we see Amayou?
T say he sounded like an old man was yelling from his porch.
Yeah, he did. He did. Did you notice that he was yelling a lot during the special? Everything was a shout.
Yelling though.
Yeah, we can hear Amayou, but we can't see.
That was nervous energy.
Oh,
and I think that the show is a lot better when we can actually see Amayou, because nobody want to look at our ugly asses.
Well, you know.
Can we take our first commercial and then come back fresh?
Actually, DJ, that's not a bad idea, right? Because I know Percy will walk down to Atlanta and slap me. If we go and if we show a commercial now. But Mel, hold on. Let's take a commercial break. I know, I got you, Percy. Mel, let's take a commercial break. On our way out, we're gonna have Percy's way back, and he's gonna show his favorite commercials from back in the day. And then let's see if we can take care of the lag and get Amayou on screen. So after these messages, we'll be right back.
Let's do it.
After these messages.
Hey, how about a nice Hawaiian punch?
Sure.
How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
Let's find out. 1, 2, 3.
How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know.
Charlie! Can I get the now bar, please? $1. Have a good one. Got it.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Let me get a now bar.
Sure. $1.
Appreciate you.
Got it.
We're all about feeding your family with meat and plant-based protein that's good for the planet, good for you, and just plain good. That's all the protein you need, all on your plate.
Let's get back to getting ticks instead of watching flicks. Before we can safely get out there, we need the facts on COVID-19 vaccines. Visit getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision for yourself and for your crew.
Follow the Black College Sports Network and all of our shows on YouTube. You can find us at MyJBN Online and on all social media at MyBCSN1.
Oh, that spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat. Ooh, yeah, that's nice.
Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on? Sure. It's wireless.
Pick something we all like.
Okay, hold on. What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password?
Buick Envision 2021.
Oh, you should pick something stronger. That's really predictable.
That's a really tight spot.
Don't worry. I used to hate parallel parking.
Me too.
Hey.
Really outdid yourself.
Yes, we did.
The all-new Buick Envision, an SUV built around you, all of you.
If you think all pads are exactly the same, think again. This is Always Ultra Thins reinvented with the Always Triple Protection System. This pad wicks gushes 90% faster, absorbs even more so you can feel dry, and locks odors in. Rethink your pad for up to 100% leak-free and odor-free comfort with the totally reinvented Always Ultra Thins. This is always like never before.
At Tyson, we know taste is local. Some like their beef pit smoked, their chicken spiced all the way up, or their pork sweet and saucy. Local flavors, global impact. That's what feeding the world is all about.
Let's get back to strolling instead of scrolling. Before we can safely come together, we need the facts on COVID-19 vaccines. Visit getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision for yourself and for your fam.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him?
Ooh, I like him.
the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
Hi, everybody. We're back. Once again, it's the Grumpy Old Nerds in your ear. And joining us today, a very special guest, the host of Amayou, Raw, Real, and Uncut, I probably messed that up, is the wonderful and someone who makes us look a whole lot better, Auntie Amayou. What's good, ma'am? How are you?
Hello. I'm just so happy to be here because I needed to get some things off my chest, no pun intended. So, I mean, if we're going to get right into it, let me know.
All right, so here we go.
I love the fact that DJ just exploded in a puff of smoke.
He's gone. They do that. They do that to them sometimes, you know. They're not ready.
Okay. So, The Last of Us, this was episode 8, right? Amayou, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, confession.
Boo!
I have not watched the last episode, but I have seen every episode up until then.
Okay. So, Amayou, have at it. This is your forum because you needed to vent.
I did.
I'm more than welcome. Yes.
Here the F we go. Okay. I think they should change it from The Last of Us to The Last Time You're Gonna See Us, because every time they bring on a character or a couple of characters, they're there for that one episode. They started with the LGBTQIA plus community couple, the 2 guys, like them, gone by the end of the episode. Then I was like, dang, is they ever gonna bring some Black people? They brought 2 of them. I'm like, okay, and they look like they're gonna make it through.
Nope. Gone.
Then they brought Stormy on, and I don't remember what her name is in the actual episode, but Stormy, and she's like pretty well known. So I was like, dang, I already knew what was gonna happen with that one. So I'm just like, yeah, you need to call The Last Time You're Gonna See Us, because they love killing off the people that we like, especially brown people. Apparently, any minority can get it. Apparently.
Amayou, my particular issue with The Last of Us is that one episode with the couple with Ron Swanson, I forget his name, but he was Ron Swanson on Parks and Recreation. Him and his partner. That episode was really good to me. I felt that it was well crafted. I felt that it moved the story and the plot along. And when they died, I was like, oh, they're gone. But it just seems like this show is plodding along at such a fucking snail's pace. And I never played the game, but this shit is fucking boring. I'm watching, waiting for something to happen. And this is a show about
for some carnage.
I'm rooting for the whatever they call the people who got the fungus. I'm rooting for the fungus. That's who I'm rooting for. And we hardly ever see the fungus now. We've seen the fungus. It's been maybe 2 or 3 episodes since we've seen anyone infected with the fungus, if I'm not mistaken. And it's to a point now where it's like, okay, I understand that you're trying to build this world. And we've talked before about in this particular genre, it takes you 2 or 3 episodes to actually build a world. And then once the world is built, have the characters maneuver around within it. But this shit, we're on this past episode was episode 8, and they still fucking building. And it's just like, what are we building towards? What's going on? I mean, speak on, Amayou, if you don't mind. Is it just me, or is it just this shit is boring?
It's not you. I was doing a recap of every episode, and I stopped after the third one because I was just like, they still driving to Montana or wherever the hell it was going. I don't even remember at this point. So yeah, it's very slow. Like, they're inserting these little stories of these people who are going to be dead anyway. So I'm like, why are we doing this again? So that's dragging it on. Like, what's his name? The main guy.
Joel.
That got shot.
Joel. Oh.
Joel. Yes, Joel.
Yeah.
So Joel got shot in one episode. And then he's healing still in the second. And then the next episode, I'm like, well, dang, he could have been dead by now. I mean, clearly he's not going to die because he's the main person. But I'm just like, how long are we going to like nurse this? Sticking in little stories that don't have anything to, well, I mean, they have something to do with it, but they could have told that in a different way. It's not giving.
Well, it's only one more episode, and that's it.
FYI, it takes a while to recover from gunshot wounds. I'm just saying.
I'm about to say, damn. She was just like, damn.
There's only one more show left. One more episode next Sunday. That's it.
So here's the thing, and Amayou, cover your ears because I'm about to spoil shit. Because what do we do on this show? We spoil shit. But he got stabbed. So a baseball bat got broken in half, and he got stabbed with it in his midsection.
Oh yeah, that's what happened. Not shot. Sorry.
Not shot. So he got stabbed. That was one episode. Then the next episode was the flashback episode where Ellie was deciding whether she was actually going to leave him or stay with him. So she flashed back to her love affair with Storm Reed, and we discovered how Ellie found out that she was
Ellie is the little girl, right?
Yes, it is.
She had a love affair?
Yes, with Storm Reed.
She flashed back to a love affair.
Flashback to a love affair with Storm Reed.
Okay. All right, my bad.
Okay. So that episode just served as a flashback to how Ellie discovered that she was immune to the fungus and how her girlfriend died. Okay, great, fantastic. Now wait.
If we could just get into that for just 1 second.
Sure. What's
They didn't show how she found out she was immune. I wanted to see the scene when she woke up and her friend was turned and she wasn't. They didn't even give us that. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Well, that would have definitely given us an emotional payoff to their relationship. You're absolutely right. But how much more would that have slowed this fucking show down? Because let's be honest, this show is already fucking slow. So we get an episode full of Storm Reed and Ellie traipsing through a mall, playing video games, and literally not paying attention to their fucking surroundings. Now, this is what I hated about The Walking Dead. You know you're in a fucking zombie apocalypse, but you're going to walk around like, hey, everything's good. Then all of a sudden, good heavens, there are zombies. Where did they come from? Motherfucker, you in a zombie apocalypse. So Storm Reed and Ellie are in the mall having a good time, dancing on top of counters and shit. And then suddenly here comes a fungus, a clicker, or whatever the fuck that thing is called. So you mean to tell me that you got so comfortable in the fungus apocalypse that the fungus was actually able to sneak up on you? Dumbass. You deserve to
They're attracted to noise, so why would you make it?
Exactly.
Play video games?
And they don't move slow either.
Right.
And
these
not
motherfuckers
quiet
run.
either.
Yeah,
they're like one step below
it's
rage
like,
zombies. 28 days
pretty
later.
much.
They're just a little slower than them. The rage zombies are all an ass. They're a little slower than
it's
them.
like white people that move into gentrified neighborhoods and they're surprised that their Amazon packages are stolen off the porch and shit.
All right.
Where's the disclaimer? Where's the disclaimer? Melody, we need the disclaimer. So anyway, but no, Amayou, you're absolutely correct. They're taking their time, and there's only 9 episodes. And from what I've heard, the runtime to this next episode, which is the last, is the shortest runtime of any episode in the series. What the fuck? What are you doing? So, I mean, it's bananas. But what's even worse?
Wrap it up real good.
What you know? What's even worse? My black ass keeps watching every week because I apparently
too.
enjoy the fucking.
They're like,
character.
all right, that's all we got, y'all. Here it is. See you next season, maybe.
But I'll tell you, Amayou. Actually, do you mind if I spoil this, or do you want me to?
Go ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead. It's trash.
So this next episode, and for those of you for you gamers out there who have done this is the episode where they stumble upon some type of cult or something, and the cult leader is crazy and a cannibal, and also likes to hit on young girls apparently, because Ellie has to fight for her life and for her virginity as well against the cult leader, and she actually chops the fuck up out this man. Like,
hell yeah.
I'm surprised. Do you remember Amayou, the episode where Glenn got beat to death, and people were horrified that we saw Glenn getting his skull bashed in by
yes, and the eye popped out like bam. Yes, I remember that very much. So I cried on that.
So
episode.
we have an episode where you have I guess the girl's supposed to be 13, 14 in this show, where she literally is taking a butcher knife and chopping the fuck out of this man's head on TV, and there's no outrage at all. Now, how does that not equate to the horror porn that they claim that The Walking Dead was doing?
Well, okay. So apparently, from all the amazing things you said about this cult leader, he deserved it. See, that's really the only difference.
Oh,
Glenn didn't deserve that.
No, he didn't. But you needed to see Negan beat the shit out of Glenn, because that defined the character. From that beating, you got that Negan was a sadistic killer. And you needed that to drive that plot point home. With Ellie chopping up this motherfucker, now you got her like literally. And again, you don't blame her because the man tried to rape her. But she is chopping him repeatedly, blood splattering everywhere. And it's just like, that's okay.
So this is a main reason why I stopped watching shows like The Walking Dead. And I'm not really like keen on this, man, because it's like you were saying before. It's like trauma porn. It's post-apocalyptic. It's like there's zombies or these mushroom people, and you find out that they're not. Then you find out they're not the real villain. Like, okay, we get it. People are shitty. We get it. This is what happens when what happens when society crumbles. People go to their baser instincts and start being dicks to each other. I got it. I understand the message. So I know what to do before the apocalypse happens. I know the things that I need to load up on. Thank you very much for that very interesting tutorial that they keep trying to give us show after show that they think people want to watch all the time. I got it. Thanks.
No, that's a solid point. That's a solid point, Rod. And again, I don't know why the fuck I keep watching this show, but yeah, thank God this next episode is the last, because it's stupid as fuck and it's getting on my nerves. So, Amayou, is there anything else
consultation? That'll be $75. I'll take Medicaid.
I tell you what, in lieu of $75, I'll run another commercial for you. How's that? Amayou, is there anything else you wish to comment on about this particular fucked up series?
No, but like you, I have to see it to the end. I mean, unlike how you bailed on The Walking Dead, but I do want to see it to the end, at least this season. And we'll see what the heck happens.
I didn't even see the Negan episodes. I bailed at the end of the series before that episode because I didn't want to see him get his head bashed in.
Yeah. What was that, season 6?
Yeah, I like Glenn.
No, Glenn, that was
too many seasons of that. There's way too many seasons.
It lasted 3 seasons, way too long.
Okay.
3 seasons too long.
Thank you.
And now they've got like 3 or 4 different spinoffs, Walking Dead spinoffs coming on.
Man, okay, so you got The Walking Dead, you got Fear the Walking Dead, which I actually like because Domingo Coleman.
Domingo. Yeah.
I freaking love him.
He's a great actor.
Tales of The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And then you have
like an Egyptian.
Right. The Dead City, I think, is what the new one is going to be called.
With Maggie and Negan.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be more than that. It's going to be other people, and it's a
Don't
lot.
forget, you also have the Rick and Michonne miniseries coming as well.
Right. I think that's going to be part of the Dead City part. I think they're going to have their own.
I'm sorry, but those two, that love affair makes my skin crawl for some reason. I cannot stand it.
Rick and Michonne.
Rick and Michonne, yeah. I said Megan. Rick and Michonne, yeah.
I'm just
can't
making
stand
sure
it.
what you
Loved
said.
it. The only thing I didn't like about it is it took a long time. They should have been smashing.
No, that's bullshit. I'm sorry. No, not Michonne. No. Michonne. Look, you know what?
You
And
see, John has this thing. John
Yeah.
has this thing.
I do have a thing.
You know the thing. Tell us about the thing. I want to hear about it.
And you know.
Oh, do you?
He see, hold on, man. That's not what I'm talking about. Slow down. See
the other thing.
I have more than one. Go right ahead, Rod.
Where, you know.
Okay, this lag
women that
is
he
some
women that
bullshit,
he sees,
because I didn't hear none of that.
Women that he sees as, you know, pretty or desirable, what have you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he needs to see them hooking up with guys he thinks are hookup worthy.
Like bald-headed black man.
Okay. So that's his thing. So if it's not bald-head black man, he's gonna have a problem with it.
You know what?
Is that correct,
I'm
John?
not even. No, that's not correct. Here's the thing: in the comics, Rick and Michonne aren't together, and I hate to be a gatekeeper, and I hate to be that guy, but I see Rick and Michonne's relationship as being more of companionship, non-romantic companionship, where she's got his back, he's got hers. She's like his first lieutenant. I don't see them, nothing about them, their chemistry, their characters, nothing promotes them being together, other than I'm the last attractive man on the planet, you're the last attractive woman on the planet, we might as well start fucking each other.
You know what? I was just getting ready to say that. You know, the pickings are kind of slim because, you know, most of the population is walking around eating brains. So,
but
you know, at some point you got to be like, you know what? I need to smash. You need to get smashed. You need to do this. Hey, let's do this.
And PB for a long
I feel
time.
the same way about Gina Torres. I'm single. She's single. You married, motherfucker. So, you know, getting a private message and shit from Gina Torres.
Did Gina Torres and I suddenly hook up? Hold on. I did. Someone tell me about that shit. When did me and
Hey, man, you're going to have to get in line and fight and kick about 1 billion asses to get at Gina Torres.
Hey, that's okay. I'm ready.
See all the and not just dudes, apparently. So, you know, hey. But, you know.
Go ahead. You were about to say something, Amayou. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that was their relationship for several seasons. And he even dated another woman before they ended up getting together after Lori died or whatever. Matter of fact, was it more than one? One that I can think of. So like he was trying to like not, you know, piss where he worked or whatever. But hey, at the end of the day, it was like everybody keep dying on me. And you are a warrior and you're not gonna die on me. And that part. Hello.
The chocolate was calling his name.
Here we go. Okay. Well, no, I don't like it. So
I mean,
that's
he was
that.
a sheriff in Atlanta. I mean, come on.
Okay.
At that point in that world, I can't hate too much on that. Like I said, pickings were very slim.
Again, I'm not a comic book purist like that. Shout out to Gus, but I just don't. It just something about that just bothers me. So, Amayou, any last and final thoughts about The Last of Us before we? I think we've trashed that show as much as we could.
As far as the last time you're gonna see us, I have nothing else to say. I mean, we'll see what these last 2 episodes bring. and I probably won't be joining for I probably will. Dang it. I'm loyal. I don't know what to say.
You know you will.
Well, the
You'll
ratings for
be
this
there.
show are, according to HBO, the ratings for this show are through the roof. I just don't understand what people see unless, but you've also got the gamers who, and this show seems to be very faithful to the game, is what
It
I'm
is.
told.
It is. It is.
So, and even taking certain scenes, like literally at the end of this past episode, I saw a screenshot of the show and then a screenshot of Joel and Ellie,
The
and it's
game.
literally shot for shot the game. So
Yep.
I can
Okay,
see
let
how
me
the
ask you
gamers
this though.
would dig it.
I haven't
What's up?
seen it because, like I said, I'm
It
Xbox.
sucks.
That's PlayStation.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this. No, seriously. Is it good writing? Is it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know you keep complaining that it's slow or this or that or whatever, but I mean, so many, I mean, the fucking episode with Ron, your boy from Office Space or
Ron
whatever.
Swanson. Right.
Yeah, Ron Swanson. I mean, that went viral because they said that was like, oh my God, the fucking ultimate of TV writing. So all I've heard from you this is really good writing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're looking for something. I don't know what you're looking for, but you keep commenting on how great the writing is and how great their acting is and all of that. Is it a good show or not?
Amayou, I'm gonna let you take that first, and then I'll jump on from behind.
Okay. I would say in the big picture. Sorry, I'm having visuals. I would say in the big
I'm a
picture.
13-year-old boy. I'm sorry. I'm 13 years old.
Stay on track, Amayou. Stay on track. Stay on track.
In the big picture.
This is Grumpy Old Nerds After Dark.
Right. I understand where they're going, and I understand how they want it to unfold.
Mm-hmm.
But because of how slow it is, and because of how they're like, here's this great character, and it snatches them back like Game of Thrones, how they keep doing that, I would say that this is a good show with great moments.
Yes.
That's what
I'd say it's very hit and miss. Excuse me. I'd say that the gay couple episode, I thought that was some of the best writing I'd ever experienced on TV. But it's like they tried to duplicate that.
That's the most critically acclaimed episode so far.
Yeah, because and here's why. Because they covered a long period of time within that hour. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And they progressed the characters. They hit all the sweet spots of where they needed to talk about to progress the story. And at the end, it was wrapped up, neat and tidy. And you saw where it fit into the universe. And the writers placed it well in the universe. The reaction between the two actors was really good. Bringing in Joel when they did, and the other woman, I forget her name, that was solid. But they have yet to match that thing where they would draw you in emotionally, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. That episode made you care about those characters. And when they died, it was like, damn, I'm sorry to see them go. Now, everybody else who's died, fuck them. I don't care. You know, it really doesn't matter. Even
Henry and Sam.
Even Ellie's girlfriend, fuck all of them. Who cares? Okay. I mean, there was no buildup. And you saw these two characters from the moment they met up until their end, and it covered years. And you saw the progression of their relationship. And again, good writing will draw you in, will make you emotionally invested so that if something happens to those characters, you feel that loss. I give a fuck about anybody in this series. If the two main characters died, I give a fuck. Because at this point, they bore me. And maybe if they died, I'd get excited. But the writing is very hit and miss. This last episode with Storm Reed and Ellie, I will say there were moments that made me laugh. There were moments where I was like, I see how that fits into the general narrative. But overall, it was just like they made the same dumb mistakes that people do during apocalypse. Oh, okay. Well, I think I'm safe, so I will let my guard down. Oh, good heavens. There's a monster behind me. I have to run. How will I defend myself? You dumb motherfucker. You're in an apocalypse. There are monsters around every goddamn corner. Stop being stupid, even if it is for love. So, to answer your question, DJ, writing.
Hey, you stop being stupid.
Yeah.
Right.
To answer your question, DJ, it's hit or miss. Way more misses than hits.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right. So, you know what? I think. Uh-oh.
Uncle Percy, I was gonna let that go, but I was like,
y'all just nasty. So this concludes our Last of Us, and again, this will probably be the last of us. Amayou, you're more than welcome to hang out with us if you like.
You are more than welcome.
Run to a commercial real quick, Mel. We're gonna run to a commercial. Percy, did you have
I'm
anything?
I would love to come back next week.
Okay, yeah. Come on, we good. Come on through. Percy, you got another old-timey commercial for us?
Yes, I do. If anybody didn't understand, because Uncle John just ran right through it. So since I don't like these damn commercials, I said, you know what? Let's put up some commercials I do like. So these are a couple of old commercials that I found that I think you guys will. I think Mel don't remember them. You know, she's a little too young. She was up there singing that song.
Mel just was born last week.
So I got two more. If Mel can put them up before the real commercials, but these are two old commercials you guys gonna like.
Well, Auntie Mayu,
did y'all notice in the Hawaiian Punch commercial how Punch he rotated his hip and
smacked
followed
the
through
shit
on
out
that
of him.
uppercut?
Listen,
that was like a
put his
Will
hip into that
Smith.
shit.
That was a
He
Will
was
Smith. He said,
That was like he looked like Adonis Creed on that one.
Man,
that was a Will Smith slap. That's what that was. That was the Will Smith before it was Will Smith. So, Auntie Mayu, thank you for joining us, sweetheart. Good to see you again. We'll see you next week so we can talk more shit about another TV show.
All righty. Y'all have a good night.
You too. And here we go now with the commercial because Mel isn't asleep and watching the show with us. So now we're going to go to the commercial. And now instead of just sitting here looking at each other, and now we're going to go to the commercial. And we'll go after these messages. We'll be right back.
Maybe.
Play!
There we go.
Last one with the marble on the board wins. Your turn. Move a lever. I'm gonna block that strategy. I'm out. Me too. Uh-oh. I win! I'm a sole survivor. My baloney has a first name.
What's the first name? It's OS.
My baloney has a second name. It's M-A-Y-E-R. Oh, I love to eat it every day. If you ask me why, I'll say, 'cause Oscar Mayer has a way with B-L-O-G-N-A. Oh, I'd love to be an Oscar Mayer wiener. That is what I truly like to be. 'Cause if I were an Oscar Mayer wiener, everyone would be in love with me.
Well, we're... You see, Head & Shoulders has scalp shield technology, protects against flakes, even between washes. It's never not working.
Kind of like us. Number 15?
Never not working.
I don't like this one.
Me neither.
Let's get out of here.
Head & Shoulders scalp shield, never not working.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, Don't delay. Call Cuvée.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
Now, you can't live in Texas and not have a good red meat blend. Texas Cowboy Dust is designed for steak and other red meats. It's out to be my most popular spice blend, made with onions, peppers, ground mushrooms, pink salt, and other spices. Texas Cowboy Dust also goes great with chicken, pork, vegetables, and adds a restaurant-quality sheen to gravies and sauces.
It's like a loop machine. Going around town, trying to get down.
Vanilla smoked sea salt seasoning is for seafood. The tarragon and fennel bring out the natural sweetness in seafood. I also use it in rice dishes, on yams, asparagus, blueberry pancakes, and believe it or not, chocolate chip cookies. Vanilla smoked sea salt adds a salty and savory component to sweet dishes that create a symphony for the tongue.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
Hey, we're back.
And we are
I was
back.
all up. I was all somewhere. Woo! Welcome back to Grumpy Old Nerds. Jesus. As if we couldn't get more off the rails. So, I happened upon a trailer the other day, and Rod happened upon the same trailer as well, and he shared it with me, and I think we both shared a hearty laugh when we saw this. And let's just go right into it, shall we?
Yeah, let's get this one rolling.
This little reunion about to crack. We got the whole crew back.
Really, bitch? A cabin in the woods.
Now let's get it all in perspective for all y'all enjoyment.
You still a slave to the white man?
I'm gonna start calling my wife the white man, all right?
Newness, here's the anthem. Put your hands up that you shoot with. Count your
But
loot
we
with.
don't on Juneteenth.
Oh, hell no.
Where are you going?
We go for the fuse box. What kind of house is this? No, thank you.
The Blackening?
Whoa! Jim Crow Monopoly.
Shit probably runs on racism.
Pick a card and save Morgan.
What do you mean, save Morgan?
Refuse to play, and she dies.
I think we have to play the game. In your predicament, the black character is always the first to die. I will spare your lives if you sacrifice the person you deem the blackest. The blackest?
Nobody should judge anybody in here, bro.
You have 2 minutes to decide.
Shanika, she say nigga the most.
Nigga.
See?
Wait.
Y'all can't pick me. I'm gay.
Oh, Clifton. Yeah.
I can prove I'm not the blackest.
Prove it.
I've never seen Friday. I voted for Trump.
What?
Twice.
Big money, playboy, your time's up.
We need a plan.
Don't say it. Don't you dare.
Don't say this dumb shit.
We have to split up.
Your time has run out.
It's time to die.
There's a crazy person out here hunting us. You got Rosa Parks on your shirt, right? Would she be sitting down right now?
I mean, that's exactly what she did.
You can shut up.
Made you look. Made you look.
Why black women gotta save everyone all the damn time?
Made you look.
Yo, stop playing.
I got a gun. Hell.
That's too DMX. What are you doing?
Oh, I gotta see this shit. Oh my god. Oscar worthy.
Is this better than Cocaine Bear?
Man, listen. I got
Okay,
to see
yeah,
this.
I will
Oh
say
my
that.
God.
This is better than Cocaine Bear.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah,
Woo.
it's better than Cocaine Bear. But I'm gonna tell you what messed me up from the beginning. A whole bunch of black people going out in the middle of the woods to a cabin
Right.
for Juneteenth. That took me right out of it. After that, I was like, all right, no, they're not trying to, no kind of realism. This is just,
whoa. No, fuck that. Fuck
this
that.
just straight up
You haven't
horror comedy.
bullshit.
Okay, got
you
it.
haven't been on Facebook and seen motherfuckers talking about, hey, we should get together and do this, and we should book a trip together and blah blah. Man, listen, these black people
To
okay,
cabins
maybe it's
isolated in the middle of the woods.
Maybe it's the high school I went to, but you know, they come up with some shit. Let's go to Iceland. Let's go to this. Let's do that. Oh, dude. Yeah. These motherfuckers want to be bougie so bad. So bougie.
DJ,
and they got the money.
Forgive me, but you sound like a hater right now, DJ.
I'm not a hater. I'm saying that this is plausible because we know the same motherfucking people. Don't try to go that way with me, motherfucker. We know the same motherfucking people who got money. These motherfuckers, we went to the same high school, and these motherfuckers got too much money. They don't know what to do with, and they come up with these motherfucking trips and shit nobody else can afford.
It really sounds like you're suffering from PTSD right now, brother. But that's okay. We're gonna move. We're gonna move past this.
During high school, there was 2 trips. One was on a cruise to the Bahamas or some shit. The other was to Miami, Florida, whatever, Orlando. I don't know. I couldn't afford either one of them. So
cruise to the Bahamas.
You
So
know.
they left from Miami.
No.
they did something.
That did not happen
No,
while
our
we were in
senior
high
year
school.
in '85, there was 2 senior trips because the rich kids went to one on a cruise or some shit, and the poor kids went to Florida on a bus, on a fucking 28-hour bus ride or some shit. I mean,
that's a long.
So
Where did we go?
basically,
Where
what
we
you're
go to Great
saying is
America?
this. I believe so. So DJ, what you're saying is this story is particularly hurtful to you. Is what you're saying.
No, I didn't say hurtful.
You want DJ said he wants all these motherfuckers to die.
Yeah, everybody can die.
All these motherfuckers can die. And DJ would be okay.
All them motherfuckers. I'll be sitting in the motherfucking theater with a fifth, and just like, yeah, get that motherfucker.
The true blackening is happening in the theater.
Wait,
why do they
that
keep
reminds
standing
me
in
of
front of
such and
that damn
such.
door?
Yeah, kill that motherfucker.
What'd you say?
Huh?
Why do they
Rod?
keep standing in front of that damn door with the dude firing a crossbow?
Right, he's firing motherfucking arrows and shit.
Because it's a horror film, and if they did what was plausible, there'd be no horror. They'd run the fuck away. That's what horror films are about. But I just thought that this was, and I think, Rod, you and I were on the same level, like, okay, this actually looks pretty entertaining. And it deals with all the classic tropes of black people.
And if the soundtrack is anything like the motherfucking trailer, oh my god, yes.
Okay.
Well, I'm hoping that the soundtrack is, features black artists, seeing as how it's supposed to be a black take on a horror movie with all the tropes.
Right.
And they actually, they got a stupid game in there called the Blackening.
The Blackening. Come on, man.
So
it was Jumanji on steroids.
Pretty much. I think the four of us have recognized that this movie actually might be worth watching. So,
Jumanji with
and it comes out.
diabetes. This shit
Hey,
is-
I'm gonna call it right now.
God.
I'm calling it right now. The killer is a black person. I'm calling it right now. The killer is a black person.
Oh my God! With diabetes,
It's probably
So
DJ.
before-
It's probably a DJ.
DJ's
I
the
can't
killer
tell.
in this movie.
I ain't gonna spoil it.
DJ is the killer in this film. So before we go any
Wearing a
further
black
down that
bondage
particular rabbit
mask.
hole, I wanted to address
Damn.
in the scope of the MCU right now, where people are really just kind of disappointed with where the films are going. I think we can all say we're excited about the Daredevil TV series that's coming to Disney Plus. And the news today, I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but the news has been that John Berenthal, who played the Punisher in the Netflix Daredevil series, will reprise his role in the Disney Plus Daredevil series. So,
Yes, sir.
but what also has been announced is that the characters who played Karen, Paige, and Foggy Nelson will not reprise their roles in the series.
And I'm trying to figure out how they're gonna do that. Because
Well,
both of those characters
they
are
got-
important.
They went to another
it sounds
law firm,
disappointing.
you know.
So first of all, this is an 18 episode series. How in the fuck are you gonna have 18 episodes in one season with no Karen and no Foggy? That doesn't make any sense. They say that the crux of this is going to be Kingpin versus Daredevil, which is, I think, what we all want to see anyway. And then you add Punisher onto that as well. I'm calling it. I think that other Marvel heroes will show up in this series because that's the only way. That's the only man. And I think what we need are Luke Cage and Jessica Jones and, dare I say it, Iron Fist.
No, don't say it. Don't say it.
If it's a
Don't
different
fucking
dude,
say
I'm all for it.
Do not fucking say it.
If it's a different dude, I'm all for it.
Let's address.
damn,
Let's address
you
the
said
elephant. Let's address the elephant in the room. Was it the actor or was it the writing that made that show so bad?
The actor. It's definitely the actor.
Damn.
I think the writing was terrible.
Because I had no, like I was talking about The Last of Us, where the writing was just bland and boring. The writing was bland and boring. I don't think any actor could have pulled it off, to be very honest.
But
Finn
he was
Jones
good
is
in
a
The
decent
Defender.
actor. Finn Jones is a decent actor, man. Just the fact that he couldn't really do the martial arts, and the story was written not well. I'm trying really hard. I'm trying
In The Defenders,
really
he was pretty
hard
good.
to not totally shit on people's work when they obviously are, doing their thing and getting paid a whole lot of money for it. I'm trying really hard to not do that. I really am, but that was not. It was not well received by myself. I'll put it that way.
It wasn't well received by anybody. Everybody said that was a piece of shit.
And I didn't understand the casting of Iron Fist. Like, okay, if you're not gonna go directly how it was in the 70s, where they were trying to capitalize on the kung fu hysteria or mania that was, sweeping across the country, where everybody was a kung fu fighter, and you want to have a white guy in an Asian world and go with that trope, then why not have Daniel Rand be an Asian guy? Where his mom was Asian and from Kunlun, and his dad was a white dude.
That's a very good point. And
now
if I'm
you
not
could have
mistaken,
an Asian martial artist.
Rod, correct me if I'm wrong, but in the comics, they've made Iron Fist Asian now. Am I wrong or am I right?
It's another person who has inherited the mantle of the Iron Fist, an Asian guy.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, exactly. So I think you're right. With all the color swapping that they're doing, they could have made Daniel Rand Asian and just as effectively. I just think that Iron Fist was just fucked up from the start, and there was no recovering from the horrible beginning. There was none. So I'm looking forward to Daredevil. The 18 episodes scares me because the problem with the Netflix shows was that those were 10 episodes, and a lot of the time, so a lot of those episodes were filler. You know what I'm saying? With Daredevil was the least guilty of all of them, but they all had some episodes where it was just like, yeah, I really don't need to see this shit. Just
I would
get to
say
the point.
the first season of Luke Cage had one filler episode.
Right.
Everything else was
And
pretty
which was
much,
that?
necessary.
What was that?
Huh?
I'm
I
just
think was
curious.
it
What was that?
I'm trying
When he was
to. It
getting
was the middle of the road. It was like the middle of the way through the season.
when he was getting his powers, he was in jail. He was getting his powers.
Yeah, I think that's the one. Yeah.
Oh, and
What
he
is
was
kind of, but that
trying
was
not to. Right.
right.
But that was trying to show his character. That was to establish that, yeah, he could have broke out at any time, but he was trying to be cool. He was trying to, like be. It was to establish his character as a good guy.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
It still
Damn,
sucked.
that face.
No, I'm just saying. No, I get it.
Okay,
I
I'm not
understand what you're
afraid
saying.
of the 18 episodes. I'm not afraid of the 18 episodes because I really think they can really pack. A lot of times we complain that it's not enough episodes. The motherfuckers get to 8, 9. We're like, damn, that's it.
Honestly,
So
yeah.
No.
I think honestly, like 12 is a sweet spot. 12 episodes is a good
Okay.
sweet spot.
It depends on how they how they're gonna do this in the DCU, not the DCU, the MCU. How
Damn.
like John says, they bring in certain characters.
Yeah.
Okay, you got the Punisher. Maybe Spider-Man
Oh,
shows
man.
up. I don't know. Maybe
Looking forward
Blade
to
might
it.
show up in this. Who knows? And it might start leading to these other characters and these other shows that's supposed to be coming out in the next couple of
For
months and
me,
years.
for me, the only way that they make this last for 18, make this an 18 episode single season, is if they're also reintroducing the whole street level hero world of the MCU. So they're taking 18 episodes, and of course, Daredevil is the main one, but you've got to be pulling in a like you said, maybe a Blade or maybe a Luke Cage or a Jessica Jones or
Ooh, do me a
again,
favor. Back
heaven
up for a
forbid us
second.
Iron
Back up
Fist.
for a second.
What's up? What's up?
Okay, so this isn't. Okay, so we're off of Netflix. So now where is this now?
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
Okay. Now I'm with John. I'm totally with John because we lost all our guys on Luke Cage. Luke Cage. We lost all of them on Netflix, and now we're on Disney Plus. Yes, I'm with John. 18 episodes, reestablish the whole fucking crew.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's the only way that I see this working, because 18 episodes is just too fucking much. You're now close to network TV territory where they would have 22 to 24 episodes in a season, and a lot of times it's just like, what the fuck? Why am
Especially
I?
if you're
What's
only trying
happening?
especially if you're only trying to release one a week, which I don't think they're gonna do because it is 18.
Exactly.
I
Well,
think
they're
they'll
gonna
release like the first 5.
they're gonna split it up. When is it supposed to come out?
They if they haven't started filming, they're about to start filming, so it's really in the early stages.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
we'll
Well,
probably see this
okay,
like
let's say they
next
start in
November.
September, like they usually do. So now we get the winter, sabbatical, and then we come back in, late January, February, or whatever. So we get, let's say we get, if they break, okay, should they break it down 9 and 9 or 666? I mean, I know you're a religious guy, so maybe 9 and 9 is better for you.
Lord have mercy. I can see them breaking it up into 2 parts. So 9 and 9 sounds about right.
9 and 9 is cool.
So
right.
Daredevil started filming March 6th. So they've got 18 episodes that they have to fill, and they've just started. So this is probably going to be next year when we get this.
Unless they do like first 9, like Percy
they're gonna
said.
knock out. Let me just say this: as somebody who has worked on an actual TV show on the crew, we finished in November. That shit was on January, no later than February, 4 months later. So if they started in March, they can knock out the first 9 episodes and have that shit on in September. No problem.
But you're also looking at what Kevin Feige has said is that he's trying to slow down the amount of Marvel content that's put out. They've got a lot of shit still coming out this year. If I'm not mistaken, the Echo TV series is coming out.
Okay.
They've got a couple more films still coming out. And if I'm not
Loki?
mistaken,
Okay.
at least Loki season 2. They're ramping up for Kang with these films coming out. So when
are we getting
if I'm
Blade? That's what I want to know. When are we getting
Blade
Blade?
until next year, if not the year after that. So it is what it is. But I don't see Daredevil coming out till next year. I could be wrong.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
All right.
I think
But
they're
I-
coming out with they're coming out with too much stuff, and they're not coming out
Yes.
with the stuff that people want. So it's not like it's a lot of stuff, but it's not the right stuff.
Like the
And I
Marvels,
think they're
I'm excited. I'm
they're probably
excited
still
about
trying
the
to figure out-
Marvels.
Yeah, I think they're trying to figure out how they're going to introduce the Fantastic Four and the X-Men still.
Yeah.
By the time they get ready, people may have totally lost interest in this whole franchise and they're like, screw it, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Hopefully
I
it
don't give
doesn't
a damn.
happen, but it's a real possibility.
I mean, right now that's all we got because DC ain't doing shit.
So let's
you got the
do
Flash
this.
coming out.
Oh shit!
Oh my god! Oh there, yeah. Don't leave that shit alone. So on that note,
Shazam.
let's run to another commercial break. Percy, you got any more old timey commercials?
No, that was it. That's all I got for this week.
Okay. All right, Mel. Well, let's get that last commercial out the way, and after these messages, we'll be right back.
HBCU League Pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU League Pass. It's game time. I'm proud and I love my HBCU. HBCU League Pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU League Pass. It's game time. I'm proud and I love my HBCU.
Are you hungry for authentic Caribbean food like jerk chicken, oxtail, red snapper, shrimp, tofu, and rasta pasta? Well, find your way over to Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta.
Them belly full, but we hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, open daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And on Friday and Saturday, we're open till 4 a.m. Come to Mango's and put some spice in your life.
So we've got a good thing going.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta. For more info or directions, call 404-698-3992 or log on to mangoscaribbeanrestaurant.com. For instant coupons, text MANGOS to 313131.
Tell your mama hungry, papa hungry, brother hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, authentic Caribbean cuisines.
Open up the door, tell your mama hungry.
This is Carlos Brown, letting you know that we're on the move. You can now catch the Carlos Brown Show beginning this July on the Black College Sports Network each and every Saturday from 11 to 1 Eastern Time. That's 10 to 12 Central Time. Same time, new place. On Facebook at the Carlos Brown Show and Black College Sports Network. Online at www.mybcsn.net and on the BCSN app available on Google Play and the Apple App Store.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for mental health and other resources. Call 211 or visit 211.org.
And we're back. back. Hello, everyone. Oh, Uncle Percy, you all right, brother? What's wrong?
I'm still trying to get off the break.
Oh, he come back from the break. He got his head in his hands.
Yeah, I'm
Trying to
like,
figure it
wow,
out,
Percy,
bro.
what
Oh my
happened?
God.
I'm thinking he's upset about something. Percy just laughing. Okay. So let's hit this topic. There are two topics I definitely want to hit real quick. First of all, Byron Allen and Tyler Perry are apparently fighting it out for a majority stake in BET. Now,
Yes.
although I am not a Tyler Perry fan, I would be happy if a black person actually owned a majority stake again in BET, seeing as how it's a black entertainment network. What I find the only thing wrong with this is I wish that these two brothers could get together and own it, as opposed to the butting heads about who's going to get it and who won't. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. I would love if they just come in and just say, fuck it, let's buy up every goddamn thing. But apparently that's not going to happen.
I would love to see that, but I don't think they would allow that to happen. Because there are other shareholders, but I think that their resources combined would make for a better product overall. Should they do that?
Wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Wouldn't it?
I really
I
do.
agree. I just,
I don't know Tyler Perry's stuff
Go
though.
ahead.
I don't know if we want
What?
all of that on
It's
all of
already
that
on
all over
BET.
BT.
Wait.
He's already on BET. He's on
wait,
BET
Tyler Perry,
and BET Plus. Yeah.
Tyler Perry has a lot of content on BET and BET Plus, like Percy just said. So he wouldn't be a stranger to the network. And the fact that BET is also has VH1 under the umbrella answers a lot of questions for me, but that's something else. So I don't know. I agree. I don't know if Tyler Perry is the best thing for BET. Byron Allen, man, I'm still used to watching him back in the 70s. What was the name of that? What was
That's
the name of that show
incredible.
he was on? That I'm
Damn.
still
Real
trying to get
people.
over the fact that
You're
guy
thinking
is
about
that's
Byron Allen
incredible.
from it was real
I'm
people.
still
Byron
tripping on
Allen
him
was real.
It was real people.
from That's Incredible.
That's incredible. Real
Yeah.
people.
No.
The comedy show that
Real
comes on
people.
late night.
First of all, Byron Allen has the distinction of being the very first celebrity or person, actually, the very first person I ever drove in a limo in 1988.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Where was he going?
Nice.
Yeah.
Where was he going?
That motherfucker was going to O'Hare Airport. And when I came out and got in the car and turned around and said, "Oh, Mr. Byron Allen, Mr. Allen," he was like, "Yeah," with his newspaper and shit, just drive the fucking car. I was like, okay, all right, motherfucker.
He said that? God damn,
I mean,
DJ.
He didn't say the fucking car, but I mean, basically he had his like Chicago Tribune and shit and flipped that shit and was like, just drive the car. And I was like, okay, motherfucker, all right.
Now, although I
getting
understand,
man.
So basically,
no, it was
he
a
said, drive the
hotel
car.
ride. He said,
So
just
basically-
drive the car.
So basically, he said, just drive the car, but that newspaper flip was the fucking. So he said, just drive the fucking car.
Motherfucker,
Wow, that's fucked up.
That's
okay. So fuck him too.
That's disheartening to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
Okay, so fuck him.
Ever since then, because him being the only black person on Real People, I was like, oh shit, Byron Allen.
Yeah.
Right.
I look in my back seat because this is what happened. I was an overnight bellman at the Marriott on 540 North Michigan in Chicago in 1988, and this was my second hotel gig, and I was working overnight. And when I got off at 7:00 in the morning, 7:30 in the morning, my bell captain came to me, Mr. Lincoln Reynolds, great guy. He said, "Hey, you got a license?" I said, "Yes." He said, "You know where O'Hare is?" I said, "Oh, yeah." He says, he flipped me some Cadillac keys and was like, "Take this guy to the airport. Car's outside."
Wow.
I was like,
Wow.
okay. So I went out there, I got the car and shit, and I looked in the back and it's Byron Allen. And I'm, as a young black kid, I'm like, it's fucking Byron Allen, like one of the few black people on TV and shit. And I was like, oh, Mr. Allen. He was like, just drive the car. And I was like, motherfucker.
Should have drove into the hood. Here's our hair for
Man,
you.
listen.
Yep.
Here's Inglewood, motherfucker.
Yep.
Merry Christmas.
Okay, right. Shit. Man, listen.
Drive him to the west side. Drop him off.
Can you get that from Cabrini Green?
Right, man, big
Right,
time.
right, exactly.
Oh my God. If my job wasn't on the line, I was like, oh, this motherfucker.
Okay, so
oh man,
I guess we're all rooting for Tyler Perry now. So fuck Byron
Yeah.
Allen. All right.
Absolutely. Because whenever I see Byron Allen smiling and cheesing with the motherfucking comedians at night, I'm like, he don't give a shit about these motherfuckers.
So just for entertainment value, we understand Uncle DJ's PTSD is set off by black people vacationing and Byron Allen. So let's not talk about that anymore tonight.
No, black people bougie vacations. Not regular.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
So let's take this time to go to Rod's books we should be reading, because I think Rod has a very interesting selection today.
Yeah, actually, my selection, if Mel could just roll the pictures as they go, is John Ridley's run on Black Panther, which started last year. For those who don't know, John Ridley was the writer for the screenplay for 12 Years a Slave.
Oh shit!
Starring Chiwetel Ejiofor. Yeah. So so he took over for Ta-Nehisi Coates, who wrote it before him. And so I commend Marvel for getting black voices to write the Black Panther. I think that was a really good idea. What I don't like, though, and I think was the main thing that I took issue with, was what I see as the neutering of T'Challa, especially in this run by Ridley. I mean, and we've kind of talked about this before, in that, every time the Black Panther has to have a comic, it seems like there always has to be political unrest in his kingdom. There always has to be, Wakanda always seems to be on the brink of civil war. Like, he can't have a comic where he's running Wakanda, he's ruling Wakanda, and the Wakandans are happy that he's ruling them. Like, we can't ever get that shit. We always get somebody trying to overthrow him for whatever freaking reason. We're always getting somebody pissed off, and so they're trying to get outside people from outside the country to help overthrow him, and that's where usually supervillains or the United States government gets involved.
Right.
It's like we're always getting the people are not happy. There's always some political shit with a Black Panther comic. And I get that he's the ruler of a nation. I understand that. But he's a superhero. Let me see him do superhero shit. I don't want to see him try to debate politics with somebody while trying to punch him in the face. I want him to punch that person in the face because he's a dick. He's trying to overthrow Wakanda. He's trying to steal some shit. He's trying to hurt somebody, right?
Yeah.
This is what I want out of a Black Panther comic. I don't want it to always have to be political intrigue. I don't need that shit every time I see a Black Panther comic. And John Ridley doubled down on that bullshit. And in addition, created a situation where Wakanda is now a democratic republic, meaning T'Challa has been deposed as its ruler. And they now make decisions democratically. That's number one. What we're looking at now are some of the last couple of pages of the last issue. And the last issue is basically because T'Challa had sleeper agents all over the world, and one of his sleeper agents turned against him basically and tried to overthrow him. Now, and it was one of his best friends in addition to that. So now, because of that, they found out that T'Challa had basically like Batman protocols and different ways to find out, and he found out the weaknesses of every superhero on the planet almost, including his teammates in the Avengers. And so the people had a problem with that, and so they want him out. This guy, his best friend, who was one of his covert ops, tried to overthrow him, and we just saw the picture of Namor. They had Namor have to come and rescue T'Challa to help him get his country back.
Oh Lord.
Namor, the same dude who flooded Wakanda with a goddamn tsunami, or a damn what's it called?
No, you're right. A tsunami.
Tidal wave, right? Flooded
Right.
his damn country with a tidal wave. And so in retaliation, T'Challa stabs this bitch and kicks him off of a damn mountain or whatever it was, and everybody was looking at him like, "Why'd you do that?" He's like, "He fucked up my country. Fuck him." Like that same guy now comes back and helps him reclaim his country, like the one motherfucker that shouldn't show up.
Right.
So
Yeah.
this is the last page. This is the last page of the comic, and you see one man in this group of women. Where the hell are the men in Wakanda?
And
so now,
okay,
I like this is bad imagery, man. This is really, really bad. So you got rid of the quote unquote main male figure in the country, and now you're saying, oh, the country has to rebuild, and now are going to be all women doing it? Like men have no say so in Wakanda? How does that happen? Your leader was a dude.
It's giving emasculating of black men. So as you were talking, Rod, I was sitting here trying to think of all of the superheroes who have kingdoms. Now we're talking about Namor, Aquaman, and I'm going through all the different
Oh, hold on,
between
John.
DC
Hold
and
on,
Marvel.
real quick. And
Go
one
ahead.
of the worst
Go ahead.
things about this shit is he got kicked out of the Avengers. He was the chairperson of the Avengers, which means he was like their leader. He got kicked out of the Avengers, had to go up against Thor and Captain America in Wakanda, and allowed Captain America to whoop his ass. I was done when I saw that.
The imagery
This
of
is in
that
the
is
comics?
disturbing.
Yeah. I was done when
Oh,
I saw that shit. I was like, I'm not buying this shit.
The imagery of that, the imagery of that is disturbing.
So they
and
bring
what I
in
was saying
two
was,
black writers, and this is what they come up with.
well, the second black
Ta-Nehisi
writer
Coates
is
had
fucking it up.
yeah. Ta-Nehisi Coates came up with the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda, which was cool.
Yeah.
This dude
Now
John Ridley followed it up with this bullshit.
Also, Rod, so in the intergalactic storyline, if I'm not mistaken, because I saw it in the article about this, Ta-Nehisi Coates, at the conclusion, he brought pretty much every black superhero character in Marvel together, if I'm not mistaken. Because you got Dagger, and he left Cloak's white ass at home. You got Dagger,
Other
you
way
got
around.
Night Thrasher, you
Cloak is a black guy.
I'm sorry, Cloak. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Cloak left Dagger at the house, although Dagger
Wait.
probably
Is
would
he a
want to
light
come because
skinned
all
black
the
guy?
black men.
Hold on.
No, he's dark as shit.
Oh, okay.
You got Cloak,
Just
Miles
checking.
Morales, Night Thrasher, just a whole bunch of black characters. Even Misty Knight shows up.
Right.
And I thought that was inspiring. But now you go from that to
And
basically
then John Ridley comes in.
T'Challa and tears it all down, essentially.
So is that why they replaced Ta-Nehisi with John Ridley?
No, his run was just up. That's all. He just signed on for that run.
Okay.
But yeah, and like I was saying before, man, I try really hard because I know it's really hard to write. I know not everybody can write and write well. So I try really, really hard to not just discount what people do in their work. When I was younger, I just didn't give a fuck, but now I have a more of appreciation of it.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
when I saw this, I was like, man, this is not not the Black Panther that I want at all.
It's not the
So,
Black Panther
you know,
that any of us want. Yeah,
Well,
that's
I'll
just
just say
stupid.
it like this because as a writer, and I mean, you being a comic book reader for so long, let's just say it's not that hard to keep to a certain um, ideal if that's what's in your head. Now, if you got something else in your head, that's going to come out in your writing. And so, fuck John
hey,
Ritter.
that shit should have went right back in his head, bro.
Right. Exactly.
And
Yeah.
what baffles me even more so, and we about to run in against time, but what baffled me even more so was the editorial people let him ride with that. They didn't try to stop him.
There's a
It
story
was like,
from
yeah,
back in
bro,
the
go ahead.
day where they wanted to call. So this was back when Dwayne McDuffie was an editor at Marvel, and they brought a black character to be the sidekick. Essentially, the character of U.S. Agent, when they first introduced him, they wanted him to have a black sidekick, kind of like Captain America had the Falcon, and they wanted to name that sidekick like, but some iteration of the word have the word Buck in it, and
Yeah, no good.
Dwayne McDuffie had to intervene and tell them, you don't want to name your character who embodies America to have a black sidekick with the name Buck anywhere close to
Yes.
being associated to it.
Buck
And
nasty.
this seems like an instance where someone black in the editorial office should have said, hey, you know what? Even though you have this black writer writing the story where at the end you have Captain America beating the shit out of T'Challa, you really don't want to have that imaging to be in your Black Panther comic book because black people will have an issue with that bullshit. Someone somewhere should have stopped Marvel from printing that shit.
The
Oh, yeah. Just
storyline,
like
just from the
somebody should stop
beginning, man.
Morris Chestnut from having a series called Rosewood.
Yeah, that was kind of wild too.
And that actually is a valid point. And on that valid point, we are going to end today's show. And thank you all for joining us today. Uncle DJ, anything for us on the way out the door?
Yes, I'm writing again.
All right.
Excellent. What are you writing?
I'm writing again. You'll get
Excellent.
it.
What?
It's coming.
Excellent.
It's
Okay,
coming.
thank you.
It's coming, bro.
Uh,
No spoilers.
thank-
This ain't milk ain't chilling on this shit.
But I mean, you could tell us, is it like a, you know what? Fuck it. I don't want to know. Uncle Rod, what you got for us on the way out the door?
I'm writing again.
Oh,
That's right.
right.
That's right.
So everybody's a fucking mystery. Uncle Percy, what you got for us on the way out the door?
He's DJing again.
Yeah, we didn't bring this up, but I think next week we need to talk about the black superheroes that deserve their own show. Remember I sent the list last week? Yeah,
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Let's
I think I can get
put
somebody
that
on
the
to help
agenda.
talk about that too, man.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well, let's do that.
Don't forget
Super
about
Producer
NerdCon
Mel.
too.
So no, we're not going to
NerdCon?
forget about that. Super Producer Mel, is there anything you'd like to tell us on the way out the door? Absolutely not. Okay. So
No, you gotta stop talking, bro. She said you gotta shut the fuck
I'm sorry.
up.
Okay, I gotta shut the fuck up.
All right, Mel, we're shutting the fuck up. What's up?
She hungry. She got to go.
Okay, so Mel didn't say shit, so that's that. Do not forget July 23rd through the 25th, Urban NerdCon. Check out urbannerdcon.net to get your tickets. We're in Atlanta this year. If you missed it last year, we had a Stone Cold Groove. We will have Grumpy Old Nerds live. You do not, if you think this is some ridiculous shit, wait till you see us actually live in person interacting with each other. It gets
Talking
even
to
worse.
Tamar.
It's a fucking train wreck, and it's the best thing you're not watching. Urban NerdCon, July 23rd to 25th. in Atlanta, Georgia. Be there or be not there. For Uncle DJ, who is showing you his shirt. Uncle Rod, Uncle Percy,
89.3.
super producer Mel, and for the ailing Auntie Nicole, please get better soon. We miss you and we need you on this show. And
Yes,
thank you
ma'am.
to Auntie Nicole for coming in and hanging out with us today. We are the Grumpy Old Nerds. We're here every
Auntie
Wednesday.
Nicole.
Auntie Amayou.
Have mercy. I said Auntie Amayou.
You got distracted. You got distracted so bad you called the woman somebody else.
Yeah. That's why I need and that's why I need to say Mary, because I'm walking around saying the wrong names. Thank you for joining Grumpy Old Nerds. We are here every Wednesday on Facebook Live and YouTube Live, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Central. I'm fucking everything up, so go away. Good night. We'll see you later. Night night.